was taken wrong, and the fandom was quick to dox me. My mother died about a year ago. He's talking about my dead mother. They just dragged me through the mud and spread all type of rumors about me having things. Said I had an STD. I was a wanted serial killer. They called the police to my house. It's one of the most toxic fan bases, and it's funny because it's coming from a label, such a small label that nobody really knows about. Gang, it's your boy Lump here, back with an all new reaction. Today we're doing Ateez, culture appropriation, fandom racism, and dark past. It's sad to hear. I hear so many things about Ateez, and I really did like their music. They remind me a lot of Stray Kids, maybe like a mini Stray Kids, Stray Kids 2.0. You can tell Ateez definitely inspired by them guys. So for me to hear that they're racist, it's kind of crazy, but I'm really not that surprised, because from the interactions that I had with their fandom, they always came off as like toxic. Some of them said some homophobic comments to me, and they just always just, I don't know what's going on with Ateez and their fan base, but I'll tell you my whole story with them after I finish reacting to this, because it's pretty crazy. Ateez come from such a small label, but they have some of the most toxic fans in K-pop. But let's get right into the video.
Hi everyone, it's Adiola. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about K-pop group Ateez, their cultural appropriation scandal, how this plays into a bigger picture, and how the black members of their fandom, Ateez, have been targeted through this entire ordeal. On July 13th, the Ateez Twitter account tweeted out a teaser photo for the group's upcoming comeback. In the photo, one of the members, Hongjun, was wearing blue and white cornrows for what would be the Thanks music video. When black fans saw this, they encouraged others to report the cultural appropriation to KQ Entertainment. As seen with many other K-pop fandoms, they were met with pushback, with other Ateez calling them antis, flooding them with racial slurs, reporting them, and overall dismissing their concerns. To some Ateez' dismay, less than 24 hours later, KQ Entertainment released a statement. Hello, this is KQ Entertainment. We would like to genuinely thank our fans for your attention, love, and support to Ateez's new album, Zero Fever Part 1. We would like to make an announcement in terms of the title number 1, number 2 instrumental teaser of Ateez's Zero Fever Part 1, released on 2020-7/14. From the images released on the 14th of July, Ateez member Hongjun's hair in title number 2 image was styled in consideration of the concept of the song without any particular purposes. Therefore, Ateez and we, KQ Entertainment, did not have any intention of commercializing or depreciating other culture at all. Through the issues and the opinions from our fans, we have become fully aware of the concerns and seriousness of this issue. From now on, we, KQ Entertainment, will try our best to fully review and check the historical backgrounds, characteristics, and the cultures in the production process. We will not create issues that were not intended nor have expected. Therefore, based on the opinions of our fans, we will change the hairstyle during the promotion and broadcasting activities that will take place after the release of this upcoming album. However, we ask for your understanding that it is not possible to edit and modify the hairstyle of the member in this album's photos, music videos, and other content, as we have completed the preparation for this album. KQ Entertainment would like to take this as an opportunity to pay more attention to the racial, historical, and cultural issues and include balanced perspective and viewpoint in the contents that we release. Thank you. Black Ateez were happy with the statement KQ released. The only unfortunate part was the company saying they wouldn't be able to remove the hair from the comeback visuals. This was disappointing, but people understood it would be difficult to edit the music video. The problem that persisted, though, was promotional photos that included Hongjun's cornrows continued to be posted, in addition to other photos of him with braids on their Twitter feed and their social media such as Instagram. This media continued to upset Black Ateez, and rightfully so, as it made no sense as to why the hair was still being posted online after the statement. They could have avoided posting photos that showed the hair or could have easily edited it out if they cared to do so. Ateez even made edits of their own on their phones to show how easy it would have been to edit out the appropriation. But instead, over the past month, KQ chose to continue posting the content. This entire situation led to Black Ateez being in distress and having to face harassment from the rest of the fandom due to voicing their concerns. The harassment was so bad, Black Ateez actually gathered to speak about how terrible their experience in the fandom had been. I read a Twitter thread that was made of a bunch of Black Ateez accounts, and what I saw was frustrating and heartbreaking. People have been getting very creative with racial slurs these days, and it's sad to see how far people are willing to go to dismiss Black people's pain over people that don't even know their existence. One of the responses in particular really resonated with me. In all my time of being a fan of K-pop, a couple of weeks ago, maybe nearly a month now, was the first time in a long time that I genuinely felt like just dropping K-pop altogether, having to explain over and over again for people to not invalidate Black people and their emotions, my emotions, but honestly the amount of anti-Black Ateez that openly mocked me for trying to get Black Ateez voices heard about things and our discomfort towards the cultural appropriation made me so uncomfortable.
I told you, the fan base is just
and on top of
toxic.
this, some of these people even had BLM in their display name or bio. I really want people to understand and really take in perspective that it absolutely effing sucks to be Black and a K-pop fan most of the time. Following the publishing of the thread, Black Ateez announced that they were leaving the fandom to be on their own to avoid the racism, gaslighting, and harassment using hashtags such as Black Teenie Independent and Black Teenies Secede. The Thanks music video officially came out on the 23rd of August. Ateez did an interview that was also published that day. In the interview, Hongjoon was asked about the appropriation, and this was his response. Going through this issue, I got to acknowledge that we have to take more care and we have to know more about every ethnic, historic, and cultural aspect in a more comprehensive manner. We have to learn and know about it. That's what I learned from this. I will try hard to do my best to prevent this sort of issue again. Hongjoon seemed to care in his response and didn't try to brush off the incident like many other idols tend to do. This being Ateez's first big cultural appropriation issue since their debut, which was relatively recent in 2018, I don't mind giving him the benefit of the doubt. Who I will not be giving the benefit of the doubt to is KQ Entertainment. For those of you that don't know, up until June of 2016, KQ Entertainment went by the name 7 Seasons. The agency was home to K-pop group Block B. 7 Seasons changed their name to KQ Entertainment for the sake of a rebrand, hoping to improve management, branch out, and develop more artists. Many of you probably recognize the notorious leader of Block B, Zico, one of the poster boys for cultural appropriation in the K-pop industry. One could even say he paved the way for the culture vultures of today. After transferring from their old label Stardom, Block B signed to 7 Seasons in 2013. The following year, in November of 2014, Zico made his solo debut with his hip-hop track titled Tough Cookie. The song and video faced mass backlash from his use of a homophobic slur to the obviously appropriative styles to the Confederate flag he had on his jacket. If you didn't know, the Confederate flag is a symbol of American slavery. Anti-Black hate groups such as the Ku Klux Klan are the ones that use this flag today. The irony of heavily commodifying Black culture while wearing an extremely anti-Black symbol was glaring. KQ Entertainment, who at the time was still going by 7 Seasons, released a statement in response to the complaints, claiming ignorance on Zico's behalf for the use of the homophobic slur. His wearing of the Confederate flag was never addressed. Zico continued to appropriate Black culture throughout his career despite fans complaining for years. From his line in his 2016 song titled Bermuda Triangle, "We are yellow, but I got Black soul," Zico made it clear that he was aware of his exploitation of Black culture for the furthering of his career and that he did not plan on stopping anytime soon. The appropriation issues were not only seen on Zico's solo work, but also in Black B's performances, as seen here with their 2017 comeback with one of the members
KQ
wearing purple
Entertainment is
braids.
just
It
known
was
for the
October
racism, and their fans
2018 that
just don't even
Ateez
do anything
debuted
about
under
it.
KQ
That's the
Entertainment.
crazy
A
part
month
about
later
it. The
in
black
November, it
Ateez
was
had to
announced that
leave
Zico would not be renewing his contract
because
with
the
KQ
regular
and would be leaving the
Ateez fans,
label.
wow, it's just,
With the
and
amount of
you can
scandal
sense it. You
KQ
can sense it
experienced
when you're
managing
on
both
Twitter and
Block
stuff.
B and
That it's a
Zico,
lot of
them claiming to not have
stuff
known
going
the
on with that
repercussions
community.
that would
Like
come from
definitely
putting
one
braids
of the
and
worst
cornrows on
K-pop
Hongjun,
fandoms.
for lack of better words, is complete BS. There was no reason the hairstyle should have been put on Hongjun in the first place, and KQ knew that. The only difference between now and back then, when they were pulling the same nonsense with Zico, is that now we're in the time of Black Lives Matter. Black people have allies now, and I'm sure KQ was surprised to see that some non-black people actually cared to listen to the Black 18 and help report the issue versus silencing them like what normally happens in K-pop. KQ didn't release the statement because they were remorseful. They released the statement because they realized this time around the appropriation wasn't going to fly and would significantly impact not only Ateez's image as a smaller group, but also their revenue. Do I believe this is the last time we'll be discussing appropriation in regards to Ateez? No, I don't. Especially with their failure to remove the braids and cornrows from the digital promotional photos, which could have been easily done, it appears to me that they don't really care and that the statement was a performative act to save face. As much as I hope this won't happen again, looking at KQ's track record along with every other K-pop label, I can't help but feel their statement was a very empty promise. They knew better. Now whether they'll do better in the future, we'll have to wait and see. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.
Study hard.
Study.
And try to speak to yourself in English. Okay. All the time.
What's up, bro? What's up?
Play your own race. Play your own race.
So that video taught me a lot, man, and it's sad to see that that's going on even in 2022. That's still going on. This is a little bit of an older video. When you search up Ateez and racism, a bunch of stuff comes up on YouTube, a bunch of stuff comes up on Twitter and stuff, and their fandom is very toxic. I had a run-in with their fandom because I made a comment about them in one of my videos. It was a positive comment, but it was taken wrong, and the fandom was quick to dox me. My mother died about a year ago. He's talking about my dead mother. They just dragged me through the mud and spread all type of rumors about me having things. Said I had an STD, I was a wanted serial killer, they called the police to my house. It's one of the most toxic fan bases, and it's funny because it's coming from a label, such a small label that nobody really knows about. So maybe that's why they're going so hard, because they have to compete with, like I'm saying, Hype, they have to compete with JYP, they have to compete with all these other big labels. And sometimes the music isn't enough, so I feel like the fans feel like they have to do all this extra stuff to pick to push the artist, because they know Ateez don't really have that spotlight on them. They know their debuts aren't that big. They know they can't really compare to like an Hyphen or a Tex or a Straight Kid. So their fans trying to make up for it in other ways, and it's just sad. Like, I had the few conversations that I had with their fans, the first thing they say was like the F word. F word. First things they say is like there's just always threats and toxicity to it, and you can't even talk to them at all. And it's not the whole K-pop community. It seems like it's them specifically, because I had other run-ins with K-pop fandoms. Like I said something like I wasn't a fan of Mama Moo's music, and I came out and said in the video I didn't like it, and the fans disagreed and they moved on. Nobody from Mama Moo fandom dragged me. I said I didn't like J-Hope's solo song. BTS, one of the biggest groups in the world. Their fans will say, "We okay, it's okay, try these other songs out. If you don't like it, that's fine." Did nobody diss me, did nobody anything. But I gave Ateez a compliment. And they dragged me through the mud, and they DMing me pictures of myself, and it's just sad. Me personally, I'm black before I'm anything, and K-pop is fun and it's cool and all that, and I really do enjoy the music and being able to get paid from YouTube and meet people and just have people in the comments support me is great, but I can't support Ateez or KQ Entertainment, whatever their little label's called, if their fans keep acting like this and if they keep acting like this.